but it's still soft enough that I can kind of push down and it's going to really create a ridge. I use the heat gun on this, so this is pretty hard at this point. You know, it's a really good leather hard. So normally what I would do is I'd throw all these and I'd throw my chuck like on a bat beforehand, like maybe right before I'm going to trim these, or maybe a little bit before, and that way I can set it aside if I need to let it to dry up. So you just kind of stick it on there, and if you start it out and you just kind of press down on the top, usually it will self-level itself. If you kind of start from the inside and apply pressure and then move out. There you go. And I just give it a little tap just to kind of push down a little bit, and because this is still soft, it'll create a little ledge. You'll see when I pull that off. So now, you always want to be applying some pressure on this, because unlike the clay balls, like it's not really sealed on here well. So if I dig into this really deep with the trimming tool and it catches, it'll come off. So I always keep one finger right on the top. And for trimming, you want to be going pretty fast, okay? The idea here is that you're cutting away clay. You know, this is a reductive process. And by going fast, what this does is you have a less tendency to just let the tool ride on the clay. So a lot of people, when they first start out trimming, what they do is, you know, they just let the tool sit on the clay and touch. And so when you have high spots, it just follows that and makes it even worse. So you really want to hold your tool pretty rigid, like a pencil, okay, and cut down into the clay, taking it off. And these are Dolan trimming tools. They're the best trimming tools.
What did you say?
They're Dolan.
Oh, that's the brand name?
Yep. I think they just got bought out. Yeah, they got bought out by Kemper, right? But Kemper now makes them because they have them in the bookstore. Yeah. But they're really great tools. They stay sharp for a really long time. And
So are we supposed to sharpen our tools?
yeah, I sharpen my tools. These you never want to sharpen on like a grinding wheel. You always want to use a hand file. And then when I sharpen mine, I hand file them, and then I just take a little bit of like mineral oil, because they do rust a little bit, and so I just kind of treat them a little bit with mineral oil. So I did bring a finished Unomi, which is right here, and feel free to pick it up, pass it around, and that's that texture of the wire brush.
Oh, that's really nice.
And here's a finished tumbler too.
Is that a slip inside of there?
No, that's a glaze. I always use a glaze on the interior, but all the exterior are slips, flashing slips, or terra sigillata. I prefer terra sigillata because it's such a fine particle slip that it is really responsive to the flame from the wood kiln as it moves over the surface. Also, it gives it a nice like dry. I really like that dry surface.
Well, you have a style.
I have what's that?
You have a style.
Oh, thanks. So the idea here is that I'm matching that inside curve, right, is nice and round, you know, like I was talking about that egg shape, so it's nice and curved on the inside. And the idea is that I'm matching that curve when I'm trimming on the outside. And, you know, the wall, I want the wall to be nice and even. That way the balance is good. So, you know, you can have a nice thick, sometimes I like nice thick cups that feel heavy. I like to drink whiskey out of really heavy cups because, like, I feel the weight, you know, and it's like it's a hard drink, it's a heavy drink.
You just
And
think you feel that way.
what's that?
You just think you feel that way.
You think that is heavy? Oh.
I'm being mean.
We call that moonshine, right?
Yeah. Or moonshine or whatever. If I'm drinking like a hard liquor, you know, the experience of that's why like on rocks glasses have those thick bottoms usually in a bar, so the cup is heavy. So it's like you notice that you're drinking something heavy because of the weight of the cup.
When you can't lift it anymore, you know you've had enough.
Yeah. I don't know. Somehow it always makes it to my mouth though.
But is it the cup making it to your mouth or your mouth making it to the cup? I've seen both.
Oh, I'm sure I've done both.